What's up, guys? Chris here, back again with another video on the channel. In this video, I want to kind of expand a little bit on my last video. For anybody that has some questions or whatever from that video, talking about Thursday flips. And in this video in particular, we're going to talk about if things are a little too high on the market for certain cards. And I'm going to tell you guys what you guys can probably hold, what you can maybe look at dishing out, you know, on Wednesday night potentially, before rewards on Thursday, for a potential overinvestment. But I'm going to give you guys kind of like some of the things that I'm looking at right now. And yeah, so I'm going to expand a little bit on that last video. I know you probably don't want to see two videos of the same thing, but to be honest with you, I think it's better because I don't want to create a 25-30 minute video. I'd rather do two videos explaining more about what's going to happen maybe on this Thursday. So before we get into the video today, if you guys can, drop a like on the video. Let's hit 100. That'd be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. Turn the notification bell on and get involved with us over on Discord and on Twitch. The Discord is free. It's got trading tips, guides, all that kind of stuff. And follow my Twitch channel as well. So for a lot of things, okay, there just seems like there's a lot of overinvestment on certain cards. Now, not all, obviously, but one in particular. And there's a couple players, right? But one is a guy like this, Yedder, okay? Now, if you look at where he was on Sunday, so he's up 12K from where he was on Sunday. That means he's up about 20% from where he was on Sunday. Now, this guy, if you look at he's like 50K right now. He goes all the way to 54, drops a little bit again with the sell-off, and now he's up at 59,000 coins. Now, with a guy like this, because Gelson Martins is getting a Team of the Week card, or most likely, we kind of mentioned in that last video how if you bought Yedder around the 48-47 mark, that could do decent, but the guy's already almost 60,000 coins, and I don't know, you know, if this guy goes to like 65K today, you might really have to take a look at just taking the coins on that. You know, you're making like 10K a card if you bought him at the price we were buying him on stream, which was 51, 52K. So that's one of those cards that are just like, you know, he's a low rated, susceptible to supply. You know, it could really look like an overinvestment for me on a card like this. Now, another card I wanted to look at was this Upamecano card. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be building French teams, right? Listen, if this guy goes to like 300K plus tomorrow, this was like 245K on Sunday night. He's up again about another 45K in the last 2 days. That's an incredible rise. Like, we don't normally see stuff like that from Sunday to Tuesday. And we've always talked about how, you know, nobody is playing the game between Monday and Wednesday. So how are these cards rising this percentage? Well, it's only investors. And when all of those investors are being told to sell on Thursday, right, for those specific cards, you may get some flooding on the market. It doesn't mean that they won't rise, but their growth could be stunted a little bit by these potential over-investors. So we're kind of just going to go around the market right now and see if anything looks a little over-invested right now. You know, and just kind of see like Gomez here, right? We picked one up at 205 earlier. We sold it at 225 already. That's not really a over-investment. That's kind of like a fluctuation. He's up about 5K above his biggest price that he was of the day. So that's okay. But there's some other cards, man, where they're just like really, really high, like very high. You know, this Teo Hernandez is up a decent amount. This Renato is up a ton. This guy has gone up 80,000 coins. He is gonna go extinct again at this rate. I don't understand it. Like, I understand that, you know, Gelson's getting in. A lot of people are building French teams, but damn, man, these guys are really, really high in price. So just be very, very careful with some of this stuff, man. You know, am I telling you to get out of your stuff by Wednesday night? No, I'm not doing that. If you want to take the coins, though, and just to be safe, that could be the safe play, in my opinion. A guy like Firmino is like 238. A guy like Ramos is 315. Now, the thumbnail on this video is going to be a Thursday flipping investment guide. We're not obviously talking about like specific things to buy for Thursday. But I'm kind of talking about, I had the discussion because I didn't get the thumbnail in time. I thought of this video kind of late, just kind of talking to you guys about the market. So It's going to be the same thumbnail as the last video, but it obviously doesn't contain as much like investments as the other one. But like here, for me, this is a card that's still kind of undervalued in my opinion. Now, his ones to watch is 200k. He's not going to be getting an inform this week most likely. So I think that with a card like this, he was 144 on Sunday. He went up to a peak, I believe, of like 167. He dropped again to 150 earlier today, and he's up to 175. He's now back down at 163. So if we go on the market, right, and this is what you do for Thursday, right? You take a look at stuff like this, and you see these drop-offs, right? And these are fluctuations, okay? This is what happens when the market at times, people just don't have enough coins, or people just aren't buying at this time, and you try to find some prices that are pretty good. You got 163 here. Like, if you could find this in the 150s, right? I bought one at 160 flat. You got this on bid here. We could take a look at that, obviously. But that's what I'd be looking at, right? Like, that would be a card that, in my opinion, should do well. There's not any center mids from the Prem that are getting Team of the Week besides Ward Prowse, maybe. But that's not, he has nothing on Partey, obviously. So that's something that you guys can look out for. And actually, maybe I do give a little bit more investments in this video. Kind of going through some of these Team of the Weeks. Okay, so a guy like Memphis Depay is somebody I'll be very, very careful of. I get it. He's, again, another League On player. But the guy has risen from 90,000. He's got up 30k in 2 days. That's a huge increase. Again, that's another card that if he hits 135 tomorrow, you might want to take the coins. Or if he even hits 130, maybe take the coins on that. I think a lot of people, specifically the French and the Ligue 1 stuff, people are trying to get in as soon as possible on those cards. Because of all the teams that people have been creating the last couple of days. Rule Breaker 1 cards like a Campos you should be okay with. Cost is up a lot. Andre and Kamara are both up a lot as well. The whole team is actually up a decent amount. You guys should be okay with these cards to sell Thursday. Although, well, we'll go to the Rule Breaker 2 team. Kimmich is not really up that much. Zaha's not really up that much. Valverde's not up that much either. Paulinho's at 139. So these are guys should still be okay to sell Thursday and Friday night. You should be okay with those. Going into Rule Breakers 2, though, is kind of like where I have a little bit of an issue there. Okay, so, wow, Jimenez is already 170. That's really good on my investment. I bought 5 at 150. Vinayholt's already at 180. That, for me, is like, if he hits 190 to 195, maybe take the coins on that. Sometimes we do see an overinvestment on these cards, and I think a lot of people are being told to sell on Thursday. If you see these guys jump a lot from where the prices you're seeing this video at right now, maybe it's best that you take the coins because these guys were supplied way more than Team 1. This is something that if Cuadrado hits 175 tomorrow, or if Jimenez hits 185, if Van Aanholt hits 190 plus, maybe that's something that you guys take the coins. Teixeira is somebody I hate the price of him right now, and I don't think it's going to last that much longer. So maybe you take the coins on that card tonight if he hits a 380 or 385 on a card like that. If Di Maria goes to like 360, 370, maybe that's something you guys look at just dishing out, maybe reinvesting elsewhere. Because there is some cards that are just really, really high at the moment. Now, if we look at, if we look at golds, right? Now, a lot of people want to buy golds, but for me, right, I would not look at guys like St. Max. I wouldn't look at guys like Vardy. I wouldn't look at guys even like De Jong. Even though De Jong could rise a little bit on Thursday, I wouldn't even look at them. The guys I'm looking at, to reiterate my point from the last video, is the top tiers. The Aubameyangs, the De Bruynes, the Pogbas. Aubameyang's up 5k from where he was when I saw him last at 200k. If you can find 200k and under, that's solid. He has not gone up a huge amount. Okay, he's gone up, right, from 198 on Sunday. He's up like 7k. That's nothing. So that you can see is not really overinvestment. So that's something you could be safe to sell on Thursday because the demand should outweigh the supply on that card. Also to note, if they're not overinvested in some of these cards, there's not going to be as much supply from the packs because I think people are going to hold till road to the final. If they do that, you're going to see an even more rise in the golds and the top tiers. I'm talking the Pogbas, the Manes, the De Bruynes, the Aubameyangs. People are always asking me, when do I buy my teams? Well, if you're buying the top tier cards, you got to buy today as soon as possible and try to find like a little undercut on the card as well. I always tell people never settle for the price of the card right there. You always want to look for an undercut and look at graphs, okay? So I wouldn't look at any of these lower tiers. I think people are kind of moving on from them. But anything that's like over 100k, I think once you see the content at 6 p.m. today, if there's nothing that comes out, I think the market could go very, very high. And you might even see some overinvestment on the top, like on the Aubameyang, if he goes to 225 tomorrow or 220, for whatever reason, right? If De Bruyne goes to 285. You know, I'm looking at Messi price here. If you need to buy Messi for your team, that's a solid price, 660-ish, because he was 695 on the weekend. So some of these cards are still not really too high, like the De Bruyne's, the Pogba. Pogba's up like 7, 8k. Aubameyang's up like 5 to 7. And yeah, like, you know, obviously if you need to buy a Ramos, that's up a little bit from the weekend. That's up like 15k. Varane is okay to buy for a team. Even a guy like Hazard, I think, even though he's under 100,000 coins, that could be a card that, you know, if you find him around 74, 73, I like that card for just for a Thursday flip. A guy like Martial should be okay for a Thursday flipper. Again, 130-ish would be probably my buy price on him. Werner, maybe like 190 if you can get that. But again, this guy was probably last week around, what was he on the weekend? He was about 232, dropped to 194, and now he's up a little bit, so he's not even up that much. So some of those cards are okay to just keep them. Anything that's like over 100k, I think you'll be okay to sell on Thursday. But look out for some of these out-of-pack informs. They might go up a lot today. If they do, then you can reinvest elsewhere. Something that a lot of people don't pay attention to, right? And a lot of people are paying attention to the Dembeles, the Allens, right? The Ben Yedder, the Lucas Moore, right? Lucas Moore is up a lot today. Lenglet's even up 5k. A guy like Bruno, I'd be looking at him for an investment this week because of all the Portuguese things that are going on with Renato, with Gelson. You've got a lot of Portuguese stuff as well with that, with some hybrids. I'd even look at a guy like Sterling, right, for Thursday to flip. You should see rises on those guys. Anything that's like a St. Max, a Diego Carlos, a Jesus, these are too easy of investments. Davies, right? Alex Telles' United cards. You know, don't look at those cards, please. I think the kind of boat has sailed on those guys. What I also would look at, and I'm going to reiterate my point from the last video, is the icons. The icons are huge on Thursdays. They give links to players that don't normally get those links. So a guy like John Barnes here, there was a time period today where John Barnes was actually getting low around 340. What I did on my own account was I bought a Lampard at 320, okay? I bought a Lampard at 320. Where is he right now? I've also bought a Bruno. I bought a couple Kyle Walkers because he might be getting a team of the week, and that's why they're up so much. I'm going to try to get these out by like 130-ish, 135, if he gets in. With Lampard here, I bought this at 320. Now, I'm going to see if I can sell him at 349, 350. If I can't, though, I'll just keep it, and I'll wait till Thursday, and he's going to go to 360, 370. So, look at some of the icons. If you find a deal on Wednesday, today, then you can just, honestly, if you can't make that much profit on, say you're making like 10k on a 400k card, maybe you hold till tomorrow, you know, on Thursday to sell the card, or Friday night even. That's what I would do probably, if I were you guys, with Thursday flipping. But I just kind of want to talk about, you know, the market is up a decent amount for certain cards, especially the out-of-pack stuff. Rule Breaker 2 cards, just be very, very careful. They've had a really nice rise out of packs so far. That's something that I think a lot of people are trying to buy into to sell on Thursday or on Friday. So be very careful with that. We saw overinvestment with Rule Breaker 1 team. Now they're starting to see that rise after that, after all the overinvestment was done. So thank you for watching the video today. I appreciate another double uploading day. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in a video soon. Peace out.